In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make my 4 favorite sauces. These sauces will get me through even the busiest of weeks. All it takes is a little bit of my favorite chimichurri sauce or my favorite citrus vinaigrette to spruce up a very simple pan-seared chicken breast. All 4 of these sauces are very versatile. They can be used in a variety of ways. My method of meal prep always includes at least 1 fresh, delicious homemade sauce per week. And sometimes I'll even do 2. There is a time and a place for store-made sauces. I do use those on occasion, but nothing can compare to the delicious freshness of a homemade sauce. And I know you guys are going to love these. So let me show you how to make them. So to make my favorite, very light and tasty ranch salad dressing, which can also be the perfect dip for chicken, is to add about 1.5 cups of fat-free plain Greek yogurt to a cup. You can also substitute out some of it with a spoon or 2 of mayonnaise if you don't mind it being a little heavier. Add about 3 tablespoons of milk and about 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, plus a little bit, maybe a teaspoon or 2 of sugar. I added about a teaspoon. You can adjust at the end if desired. I've got about 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of dried chives, 1 teaspoon of dried dill, 1 teaspoon of dried parsley, and salt and pepper to taste. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a good mix. I'm just mixing it up, and then we are going to adjust the milk. Add milk to thin it to your desired consistency. I decided to get out my frother because it works really well to emulsify it. This is the perfect summer dip for cucumbers and other fresh veggies and salads, as well as chicken. So for this first version of our vinaigrette, we are just going to be using some simple pantry staples. To simplify the process, I'm just going to use a single tablespoon to measure everything out. So it's going to be 4 tablespoons of your favorite Dijon mustard. You can add this to a jar. That would be my suggestion because it's so easy to just shake it up at the end, and at the same time you'll already have it in the storage container. Otherwise, you can do this in like a small mixing bowl or mixing cup. Next, we're going to go ahead and add in 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. You can use a different type of vinegar if you have it in your cupboard. This is my preference. Next, we're going to add in 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. When making a dressing like this, quality really matters because it is going to lend the flavor to our sauce. So I highly recommend, even if you don't cook with high quality olive oil, when making sauces, definitely choose a very high quality extra virgin olive oil. It will just make so much difference in the flavor. Next, we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, not the high fructose corn syrup nightmare of maple syrup, pure maple syrup. Next, we're going to add in salt and pepper to taste. On all of these seasonings, everything is just going to be to taste. I'm really not measuring it out. It's just visual. You'll be able to taste and see how much you like. Next, we're going to add in some garlic powder and some crushed red chili. And then we're going to go ahead and just pop our lid on it, and we're going to give it a good shake. And that will just go ahead and mix all of these ingredients together and emulsify them. As you refrigerate this, you'll probably have to give it a quick shake when you pull it out. Some of the ingredients will settle. Just give it a taste. I decided I wanted a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, as well as a little more sweetness with some more of our maple syrup. Give it a shake one more time and a final taste test. This time it was perfect. So this recipe is our quick pantry staple version when you don't have a lot of time, but you want that homemade salad dressing. If you've got a little more time and a few extra ingredients, you can make it extra special by adding some orange zest as well as the juice of about 1/2 of an orange. This will be to taste as sweet as you want it, but I like that little bit of fresh citrus. It really gives it a little something extra. But you know, if you don't have time or you don't have an orange, you can just make the vinaigrette like we did before. But like I said, when I have a little extra time, this is just so fresh and so delicious. To make this chimichurri, add 1 cup of cilantro to a blender cup, followed by 1 cup of parsley. I'm going to go ahead and add about a 1/4 cup of the apple cider vinegar, as well as roughly 1/2 of an onion. I'm going to go ahead and put these 4 garlic cloves inside. I don't have quite enough garlic peeled already, so I'm going to supplement it a little bit with some garlic. This garlic granules. It's basically garlic powder. I'm watching my sodium, so I'm just going to put 1/2 teaspoon. If it's not enough salt for you, you can always increase it to about 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm just trying to keep mine low sodium. Followed by 1 teaspoon of oregano and 1 teaspoon of chili flakes, red chili flakes. About 1/2 cup of high quality olive oil. We're going to go in with some fresh ground black pepper. That's just going to be to taste. And then we're going to go ahead and blend up all of our ingredients in a blender. Okay, you guys, so our sauce is done. We're just going to go ahead and add this to a jar, and we can use that this week. So I wanted an extra tablespoon of olive oil, so I just went ahead and added about an extra tablespoon. You can do it until it's where you want it. And then I'm just going to use this to emulsify. First, I've added my chickpeas to a blender. These are fresh chickpeas. I'll leave the recipe linked at the end of this video. They're much better than canned, but you can also use canned if you must. Next, I'm going to add in the juice of 2 lemons. This ingredient, along with all the rest of the following ones, are all to taste. So I'm going to put in a little bit of tahini. Actually, I put quite a bit of tahini, but like I said, all of this is going to be to taste. Just add some and then blend it up, and then you can taste it and you can add to it whatever else you think you need a little bit more of. Then I'm going to add in olive oil. And this is a high quality olive oil. Use a high quality olive oil. It'll taste much better. And then we're going to add pepper to taste and salt to taste. I forgot to take a picture of it, but we're going to add some cumin to taste. And then you're going to go ahead and blend until it's starting to smooth out. When it gets, when it's starting to smooth out, you can just add a little bit of ice water, like a spoon of ice water at a time. And that is just until it gets to be exactly the consistency or the texture that you want. The function of the ice water is just to keep it fluffy. It will make it a very nice and fluffy texture when you're all done blending. And don't forget about the garlic powder. I almost did. Normally I would use some fresh garlic, but we don't have that kind of time this week, so we're just gonna simplify it, put some just some garlic powder. And then here's my hummus. It's all done. It's so good. Just taste test and adjust all the quantities of all of the goodies that you put in it. I'm serving mine tonight on a piece of pita bread, and then I just put a little bit of that ground beef on top and some more of my chimichurri.